Eastman here for the Maglite podcast, and boy, do we have some fun stuff to talk about. Of course, Maglite, all about preparedness, and we've got a great partner for preparedness that we're going to talk about. Actually, the type of generator that I am going to be purchasing for my house that I just had wired for a large generator so that I can be prepared. Joining us here, Jason Sutton. He is the director of brand development with Firman. How are you, sir?
Hey, I'm doing really well. Good to see you, Lou.
See you outside of a trade show,
Yeah.
which is the only places we seem to meet. But that's okay. We've got this going. We've got a great contest we're going to get going. We're going to give away some Maglite product and a Firman generator as the grand prize. So excited about that. What can you tell me about the company, Firman?
Yeah, Firman's been around for a long, long time. We were building generators for the rest of the world for 20 years. A small group of us brought Firman to North America about 7.5 years ago. In that time, we've grown rapidly. We now are the #1 importer of portable generators into the U.S. And Canada, actually, by quite a big margin. I think the brand has been really widely adopted for a number of reasons, but primarily a lot of great features and benefits like tri-fuel generators that can run on gas, propane, and natural gas, portable generators that are quiet and fuel efficient, but really too, our quality really speaks for itself and has resonated really well with customers. Our total defective and return rate is less than 0.5%, which is just, for outdoor power equipment, it's really outstanding. People are buying our generators, they're running consistently and getting them the power they need when they need it.
That's the Maglite story as well. Quality, toughness, ability to keep working under difficult conditions, which makes it, your great preparedness flashlight. This is the ML300L 4D. Looks like an old school Maglite, but it's actually introduced just last year. And the great thing about this light that I love, because I live rural, look, things that can be recharged are great. And if you have a great Firman generator, fantastic, and you can keep the lights and power on and recharge your rechargeables like this one right here. But being sort of old school and living out in the middle of nowhere, this thing will last up to 2 weeks on one set of 4D batteries, continuous use. Put it on a shelf, leave it on for 2 weeks, come back, it's still running. So preparedness, I love that product, the ML300L 4D. And you're familiar, we've talked before the podcast, you're very familiar with these old school Maglites from your 4x4 interests, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Off-roading.
In many different ways, we've been off-roading for 30 years, and Jeeps and side-by-sides and quads and motocross. But yeah, I mean, going back even 30 years ago, I always had one of those big 4D flashlights, Maglite flashlights clipped into some clips in our Jeeps, and I can't tell you the number of things I've used that for. I've obviously lightened the way, but pounding in tent stakes and all kinds of different things that it probably wasn't designed for, but it's very effective. We at Firman, we're all about preparedness as well. We really believe that the right time to buy a generator is not after the storm hits or after the lights go out.
Not right when it's coming either.
That's right. And really, if you wait until the last minute, you probably will have a really hard time getting a generator. I mean, during storms and when those things are happening, we're selling generators by the truckload, in our retail partners' parking lots. So having a generator is just so crucial. I mean, we rely on our power for so many things now, for our communication with our cell phones. If you have a generator, you can typically keep your internet on, even, if you're powering your router and your modem, and getting the news that you need. But really crucial things too, like keeping the
cell phone charged.
Yeah, keep your cell phone charged, keep the food from spoiling in your refrigerator and your freezer. I'm a hunter, so I've got a freezer full of meat in my garage, and if the power goes out, I don't want to lose all that. So it's a crucial thing. A lot of people too, even more detailed, if they've got a CPAP machine that they sleep with, or they've got that kind of critical medical equipment, oxygen concentrators, and a whole variety of things where people, it's life or death sometimes. So yeah, having power and being prepared is super important.
Absolutely. Any other preparedness tips that you want to share that obviously you're in the business of it? What would you say are some of the top things you need to do to be prepared?
Yeah, I think one of the things that people don't think about is that if they do have a generator, they're not thinking about fuel. So a lot of times when the power goes out, and if the power's out for any length of time more than a few hours, fuel gets really tricky. So we here at Firman, we actually we certainly make generators that'll run on gasoline, but we also have dual fuel generators that'll run on gasoline and propane, and then even tri-fuel generators that run on gas, propane, and natural gas. So if you have one of our tri-fuel generators, you can hook up to natural gas and just never run out of fuel. But if you've got a dual fuel generator that'll run on gas and propane, propane's great. You can store it long term; it doesn't go bad. You can store a bunch. You would never store 100 gallons of gasoline at your house, but you can easily have 5 or 6 20-pound propane tanks and have enough fuel to get you through a prolonged power outage.
Absolutely. That is exactly the kind I'm going to get is a dual fuel so that I have that option. Now, if you want a generator from Firman and you'd like some Maglite product and you don't want to pay for it, well, you're going to get that opportunity. Coming up very soon, we're going to be having a sweepstakes with Firman and Maglite, all about preparedness. We're coming into storm season, so you are going to get an opportunity to win these products. And of course, you'll have the opportunity to buy them also at a substantial reduced rate, because that also is part of the sweepstakes, is a percentage off. Now, how do you find out about this? Join Maglite Nation. You just go to Maglite's homepage. You can see Maglite Nation right there. Click it and then click join down below. Put in your email and you can join Maglite Nation. Follow some of Maglite stuff on, say, social media, and the same with Firman.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we'll be promoting this deal through all of our social media channels. You'll find us obviously on YouTube and Facebook and Instagram and everywhere you'd think to look. We're there. There's on our YouTube channel, you'll find tons of great videos on how-tos and safety and being prepared for storms. A lot of great information through our social media channels.
I love doing these promotional kind of things on these podcasts for Maglite. But also, if you go to our YouTube channel and the podcast channel, you will see a lot of what we're talking about is practical advice, preparedness, outdoor stuff, survival stuff. So follow these along if you're interested in those types of subjects. Jason, it's been great having you here on the podcast. Really looking forward to having a great sweepstakes and giveaway of a bunch of Maglite product. And of course, the grand prize will be a great Firman generator. Thank you very much, sir, for being here.
Thanks so much, Lou. Appreciate it.